Ladies and gentlemen, good evening.
The captain must have lots of confidence in their opening bowlers. Why else would you bowl first in these conditions? There were some batters relishing putting their pads on right now.
Players look ready. The umpires are in position for the first ball. The bowlers will want to focus on their line and lengths and let the ball do the rest. Misses out on the first ball of the innings.
Good runs, good shot, first ball of the innings.
Great timing, right off the meat of the bat.
That's the start you want. Awesome shots, and it's flown over the boundary.
A good contest here at the moment. 4 off the last ball, and it'll be interesting to see how the bowler can respond.
Yep.
That's right out of the middle of the bat.
You could see by how it whistled away to the boundary just how sweetly this was timed.
Boundaries are flowing. They need to find a dot ball or two to slow things down again.
Yep.
Good shot. It's found the gap.
Well, a lovely shot. Really good timing out of the middle, and it raced to the boundary.
Yep.
Really good shot there.
That really wasn't a great delivery. Seen early, and it was dispatched with aplomb.
A little short on that occasion. Needs to adjust the length slightly to be just a little fuller. Too short on this pitch, and as we've seen already, it makes it very easy to score.
Managed to get onto the front foot early, and just incredible power to loft that one over the boundary.
Yep.
Doesn't beat the infield. This could be out.
Exquisitely done on the front foot. A gorgeous looking drive. Could have been worth more.
End of the over, and what a beauty it was. Say what you want about the bowling, but you've still got to hit them. Majestic batting. Couldn't have played that any better.
A little bit short, not horribly short. Moves the feet well, and the hands even better.
Getting nicely settled at the crease now. Would have been really happy with that last shot.
Yep. No!
Decide against the second, way too late. I think they'd have been well short if they had continued.
A new batter always likes to feel bat on ball early on, as they bring a bit of energy to the crease.
Yep.
Just a little bit wide, well picked up. And let the ball do all the work really, just to nudge it down towards third.
Yep.
They've picked the gap. Perfect timing.
All the signs that they're reading the ball well. Guided it away off the back foot to the boundary rope.
Yep.
They'll get at least one.
It was lovely footwork. A great shot, a glorious shot actually, to get back and play it like that.
Consecutive boundaries in this over. I wonder what plans they'll come up with to slow this batting.
Yep.
Finds the fielder with that shot.
Good running. It needed to be as well. Probably closer than they expected.
Really playing all their shots that over. Really expensive.
Wait there. Yep. No!
That would have been a very risky single. In the end, a good decision to stay put.
flew away with pace. Brilliant timing.
That's just a textbook 6. Timed well, under the ball, and it flew to the boundary. Awesome power.
Yep. No!
Not a great delivery. Got it full and lucky not to be hit to the boundary.
Yep.
There'll be runs here.
Bit of miscommunication there. They got back in the end, so no harm done. It would have been a high-risk second.
Wait on!
Gone! Excellent catch, close to the bat.
That is a big wicket. You want to send key people back to the pavilion quickly. Excellent work.
Difficult period as they come to the wicket. They'll take plenty of time to set themselves up before facing their first ball. That's right out of the middle of the bat.
The bowler just has to watch that one sail straight back over their head. Brilliant shot, a deserved 6 runs.
13 runs added there. The Kings are 1 for 54. Super piece of timing.
And that brings up the half century for this batsman.
Top class innings, been playing very nicely out there, and that brings up the half century.
Right out of the middle.
A brilliantly timed shot off the back foot. It just flew to the boundary for 6.
Perfectly timed.
Had all the time in the world to get in position to play that ball. Timed it nicely for 4 runs.
Do they go full? Do they go short? A lot to ponder after the boundary. Nicely played.
Saw it from the moment it left the hand, latched onto it and given the full treatment.
Yep.
Super shot that.
This is really awesome shot making. The innings is building very nicely. They have to be looking towards that century.
Yep.
Great shot. At least one on offer. There'll be 1 run here for them.
Into the 4th
Playing
over.
all their shots in that over. A very expensive over.
Waiting.
Out. That's a special catch.
Well, they lose the 2nd wicket. It's a long way back to the sheds. And you can tell they're not happy with that dismissal.
A big opportunity. They've worked hard in recent weeks. They should have the confidence to build an innings and get big runs on the board. That's an unbelievable shot into the crowd.
Lovely shot. Gets on the drive, just powers that over the boundary. Wonderful timing.
Got all of it, and for 6.
It was a shorter ball, but seen really early, quickly onto the back foot and powered over the boundary for 6.
Absolutely nailed it.
The bowler watches that one go straight back over their head for 6. Brilliant shot.
Yes. Good looking shot, back into position easily and timed it beautifully.
Good balance, really good balance to transfer the weight and stay on top of the ball.
Timed that brilliantly.
The runs are starting to come now. Really good shot for 6. This innings is starting to build.
End of a high-scoring over. Beautiful batting. After hitting the boundary that many times, confidence is high out in the middle. Needs to be on target.
Good running. It needed to be as well. Probably closer than they expected.
Power and precision in that shot.
Stoinis got it into the gap and the ball did the rest. Brilliant shot.
Huge shot. That's a massive shot. Just incredible.
Extra width gives them a free swing at the ball. Gone a long way back.
Right off the middle of the bat.
Just missed the line. Not the worst delivery, but that was dispatched with interest. Everyone just watched that in awe.
Catch it.
Good shot. A beauty.
Got it away brilliantly. Just a flick of the wrist at the very end.
They shouldn't get too discouraged with that last ball. The first step as a bowler is to get the batter playing, which they've managed. If they can find the right spot, the reward will eventually come.
Half-century.
Hard to stop them in this sort of form. It's a half century and they've blazed them to all corners so far.
That was a tremendous delivery. Fizzed through to the keeper. No more short balls this over.
That's right off the meat of the bat.
That's a brilliantly aggressive shot. Gets onto the front foot and it's flown over the boundary.
Ease through the field. There'll be runs here.
Got forward well and was able to drive the ball. A lovely shot and good running.
Misses everything.
Nice bowling.
That's wild. Nothing elegant about that shot. Just not timing it at all. That's poor play.
Good bit of timing there.
Just a little bit of room given. The power was immense. That has flown over the boundary.
Nice shot.
Well, that was just textbook. Finds the space and power to lift that ball over the top, and it just keeps going.
That's gone all the way, right out of the middle.
With shots like that, it's not going to be long before the 100 is up. That was a really well-timed stroke.
26 runs added in that over. The Kings are 2 for 160.
That was a pretty wild delivery. Lost all control.
Cuts that off well in the infield. Hit that hard, nailed it.
Off the front foot, hit it with all the power and elegance of a batter right at the top of their game.
Goes up and over for 6. That's the positive option.
Bolt could do nothing about it. Hammered out the ground, just watched it sail away.
That's going a long way. What a shot that is.
There was a bit of width on that, and they've climbed into the shot to send it up and over for 6.
Middle that one, great timing.
And that takes his partnership to 100 runs.
That last ball isn't something you'd want to see a repeat of. You don't want to be giving easy runs away. Oh my, that's just flown off the middle.
The batsman gets their time.
Lovely piece of batting. The century comes up, and this has been a really well-controlled innings. Hasn't given the bowlers much of a chance, that's for sure.
The captain
The
has
right
made
armour
pace.
is coming into the attack from the south end.
Yeah.
Picks the gap perfectly.
Well, what a lovely shot. It flew to the boundary. That's clearly not the type of delivery to be bowling here.
Yep.
Good piece of fielding to stop some runs.
Well, that could have ended horribly, but very good. Fast running between the stumps gets them home.
Yes.
That's a brilliantly timed shot off the back foot. It just flew to the boundary for 6.
Yes.
Gone, brilliant in the field.
A fluent innings undone by a decent delivery. A good wicket to get at a good time.
It's a long way to walk out here just to walk straight back. They'll just want to get this first one behind them and then push on.
Yes.
That's great fielding. That ball was flying. A change to the complexion of this match. Got to get the new batter coming forward early, encouraging them to drive and really attack the stumps. Hit it sweetly first ball and it's out of the ground.
Hit that one on the up. A fabulous drive for 6.
End of the over. 19 runs coming from it. The Kings are 3 for 211. We've seen good control and spin from this bowler. Looking forward to seeing what they can do here.
Tried to take the pace off by rolling the fingers across the seam. It's a great shot. Didn't take a lot of effort to get it away.
Catch it. Yes.
It was in the air for a long time, but 4 bounced just inside the rope.
Yep.
Perfect technique and placement.
No trouble at all to punch it away to the boundary for 4. A poor delivery.
Drives and misses
Nice bowling.
everything.
A bit of frustration after that shot. Went after it, but just couldn't lay a bat on it.
Beaten on the drive.
Oh.
A fantastic shot off the back foot, really well timed. Everyone just had to stand, watch, and
Bolt with the ball in hand again.
With the medium pacer.
Catch it!
Strokes it languidly away to the fence. A lovely shot.
The 50 partnership between these.
Solid partnership, 50 so far. Now it's time to really build a big score. That's the 150. It's been a very, very good innings.
Times it nicely.
Yep.
It was just a little bit too full, and it was beautifully timed. Heaved away off the back foot, sweetly timed.
I'd like to see them aim for the top of off now. As a bowler, you've got to make them play on your terms.
Catch it! Yes.
Well taken. Had a lot of work to do and held on to a great catch.
Really getting towards the tail enders now. 6th wicket gone. There's not a lot left in this lineup.
Lots of pressure coming into bat. We'll have to wait, though, to face their first ball.
Yep.
Needs a direct hit.
That's a tough call for the bowler. I thought that was there to be hit.
Big shout. Could well have been missing the stumps. Certainly wouldn't be the worst review.
Nothing picked up from the bat. This could spell trouble. How close is that? Could be the wicket. Nothing wrong with the impact. Would it hit the wickets, though? We won't be seeing a change of decision, just as we suspected, and they have to go now. Well, this is a fantastic wicket. Kept the runs down. Really didn't get settled. Looked to be in trouble, sadly, for most of the knock.
It wasn't a great decision to start with. Not surprised to see the umpire's decision stand.
Yep.
Precision, past the umpire and not likely to get cut off.
You could see by how it whistled away to the boundary just how sweetly this was timed.
Wow, that's missed the lot.
Inglis shakes their head. It was there to be hit, but couldn't make the most of it.
That's right out of the middle of the bat.
That's just silly. The power on that shot is incredible. That's the sort of shot you want to see at a cricket match.
Great timing, right off the meat of the bat.
The batsman brings up their half-century.
Well, it's a case of blink and you miss it with this innings. 50 brought up, and what a devastating passage of play it's been.
Yep.
That's off the middle of the bat.
In the end, a very simple shot. Lets the ball come onto the bat and cuts it away for 4.
A little short on that occasion. Needs to adjust the length slightly to be just a little fuller. Too short on this pitch.
Yep.
And as we've seen already, it makes it very easy to score.
Avoided the fielders, 1 bounce and 4. Fantastic shot.
24 runs added in that over. The Kings are 7 for 334. And that's the end of the innings. The Kings have set a target of 335 runs.
Yep.
Chance to run 2.
Keeper.
A couple on offer here.
Very nice running there. Nothing too fancy, just good solid running to get things started.
Yep.
They'll get at least 1. A lot of pressure coming to the crease. not had the best of weeks leading up to this game and will want to show everyone their strength.
Wait.
Straight to the fielder.
Not a great delivery, got it full and lucky not to be hit to the boundary.
Yep.
Nice shot, runs possible.
No runs on that occasion, got into position nicely, just too early on the shot. Couldn't find a gap.
Yep.
Well placed, should get a single. Over. The Indians are none for 5. The right armour is coming on to bowl from the north end. Going with spin now. Can't get that outside the ring field.
Just threw the shot too early.
Yep.
It mightn't get to the boundary, should at least get a couple.
Ball is in.
Exquisitely down the front foot, a gorgeous looking drive. Could have been worth more.
Wait on. Yep. Catch it.
There'll be runs here. What great reactions, brilliant catch close in.
A trudge back to the pavilion. A disappointing display in the end. For someone with such batting skills, this goes down as a fail.
Yep.
Very quick out there, managing to stop it and preventing 4 runs. A tidy over and the first wicket to show for it. Nothing less than deserved. Singh from the south end.
Yep.
Great shot, at least one on offer.
Keeper. Yep, yep.
Great shot through the gap, perfect timing.
The timing on that shot was just perfect. Brilliant shot. It was a boundary the moment it hit the bat.
Huge appeal.
Yep.
There was absolutely a second on then, being a little bit too risk-averse out in the middle.
Yep.
Good batting, get an opportunity to score and take it.
Keeper.
Nice way to get off the mark.
Yep.
There'll be 1 run here for them. Well, that was another good over. You can see the frustration growing on the batters.
For 18.
Wait on.
Deceived by the drift, beaten by the spin. It's as simple as that, really.
Wait there.
Quick onto that in the infield.
Just can't seem to get the ball away. That's the third dot.
Waiting.
Easy catch. Didn't have to move, really.
It's the sort of dismissal that sees the momentum swing back to the bowler. Gone, but not for many.
New batter comes to the crease. Never an easy time to come in after the fall of a wicket.
Maybe they didn't pick it up. Very late on the shot.
Yep.
And they're away and nicely off the mark.
A miserly over is completed, just one off it. A new bowler is coming into the attack. Onto the front foot, super shot, should be four.
Well, that was a really solid shot. Read the length early to get onto the front foot, and that raced away for four.
Yep.
A little flick of the wrist to get it round the corner for an easy run.
Yep.
Great shot through the gap.
Just perfection, a majestic shot. You just cannot hit it any better than that. Raced away to the boundary.
Wait.
Doesn't beat the infield.
Wait. Yep.
Great shot. Placement exquisite.
Good return, back from the deep.
It's getting to where this is becoming a problem. It's obvious it isn't out, but they appeal anyway.
Waiting.
Well, not a great delivery. Got it full. Lucky not to be hit to the boundary.
Yep.
They've picked the gap. Perfect timing.
Keep this end.
Good return there, back from the deep. Well, there was a moment of hesitation, a few calls of yes and no. In the end, no damage done.
Edge. Amazing delivery.
Good throw from the deep. Bang on target.
Brilliant bowling. Having got the edge the previous ball, they now know the areas they need to be hitting. Finds the fielder with that shot.
Maybe they didn't pick that up. Very late on the shot.
Wait there. Waiting.
Just threw the shot too early.
6 runs added there. The Indians are 2 for 36. 5 fielders are now able to be moved outside the circle.
Wait there. Yep.
Great shot, but it's not going to beat the fielder.
Keeper.
Decisive running might have got them to. Looking back at it, I'd say they'd have made it easily. So in the end, poor running.
Yup.
Great shot, great timing.
That went all the way up toward the grandstand for 4, driven away nicely.
Head over the ball. Great shot. That's racing away.
Onto the front foot early, placed it perfectly into the gap. Timed it nicely for 4 more.
Wait there.
Into the gap. Nice shot.
That was a beautiful shot. Rocks onto the back foot, stabs the ball away. The fielders had no chance.
Wait.
Couldn't get it through the field. End of the over. 13 runs coming from it. The Indians are 2 for 49. The right-arm medium bowler is coming into the attack from the north end.
Yep.
Ease through the field. There'll be runs here. Bowler is confident on this one.
This innings just cut short before it really flourished. It looked like it'd be moving to a big score, but it's not to be.
And with that wicket, we'll see a change out in the middle. Jacks, whose first task is getting themselves settled. Strong appeal. Good piece of fielding to stop some runs. Timed it nicely. They'll look for a couple, you'd think.
Keeper.
Good running. It needed to be as well. Probably closer than they expected.
End of the over. 5 off it. The Indians are 3 for 54. The right-arm pace bowler is coming into the attack from the south end.
Yep.
Collects that one, simple as you like, inside the ring.
No runs on that occasion, got into position nicely, just too early on the shot and couldn't find the gap. Didn't hit that well, very late playing that shot.
Yep.
Couldn't have played that any better.
Punched out of the middle of the bat with great timing. It's raced to the boundary.
Boundary off the last ball. What's to come off this delivery, I wonder?
Yes.
Unplayable. No reward. Flying to the boundary. Let's see if they can get the... ball up into the slot like before. So crucial to follow up that last delivery and keep the batter under pressure.
Bowler.
Got forward and was able to drive the ball. Lovely shot and good running.
For 66.
Hitting. Yep.
Big appeal. edge.
Nothing really wrong with the delivery. Got onto the front foot and found the space to get that one to the boundary.
Yep.
Good catch. Out.
Well, the end of a productive innings. It didn't quite ignite into the fireworks as we would have hoped, but still, solid work.
Mumbai triumph.
Yep.
Nice timing, good batting, won't get to the boundary.
Found the gap with ease. Wasn't the worst ball you'll see, but it still raced to the rope.
Yep.
Out.
Yeah!
What a catch.
Starting to get really interesting now. That's the 5th wicket, and a very frustrated person is heading back to the pavilion.
With the fall of that wicket, the new batter comes out to the crease. They're quick to take guard and face up.
Yes.
They'll push hard, should get back for 2.
It was just a little bit too full, and it was beautifully timed.
It can be very disheartening seeing good deliveries smacked around. Sometimes you just got to accept it and move on.
Play.
Misses out there on the short and wide one.
Yeah.
Really raced between the wickets after it was clipped away nicely behind square.
Yep.
Really good shot there.
Bowler.
Immediately underway with some runs.
Yes.
Seems slightly odd not just to take the single that was on offer there.
End of the over. The Indians are 5 for 83.
Yep. Yeah.
Huge shout. The bowler seems very confident with that one. Could well have been missing the stumps. Certainly wouldn't be the worst review.
Was there an edge? This could be trouble. Pitching in line, just a case now of if it's hitting the stumps. I'm not hearing anything on this. That could be trouble. The trudge back to the pavilion. A disappointing display in the end. For someone with such batting skills, this goes down as a fail.
Not the best decision to review that. The umpire has got it spot on.
Maybe they didn't pick it up. Very late on the shot. It was a nice looking shot, full and in the slot, just couldn't find the gap.
Bowler.
Onto the front foot and punched it nicely. Would have hoped to find the rope.
Right there. Yep.
They'll get at least one. Straight to the fielder.
Got forward and was able to drive the ball. Lovely shot and good running.
3 added in that over. The Indians are 6 for 86.
Yep.
Well timed, but there's a fielder out there. A couple on offer here. Hardy has the ball in hand. The captain will be hoping they can tie down one end. Runs have been flowing a little too easily. Maxwell, the spinner, coming into the attack.
For Punjab power.
Yep.
They'd look for a couple here.
Good running. Just finding the gap, and that allows for rotation of the strike. Keep the pressure up on the bowlers.
Yep, yep.
Nice shot. Runs possible.
Decisive running might have just got them 2. You look at that and I'd say they would have made it easily. Poor running in the end.
That's gone. Fine catch by the wicket-keeper.
A great innings coming to an end. Brilliant scoring. It was a very entertaining performance. They have to head back to the pavilion.
For 132, Rahman is the new batter in Mumbai trial.
Waiting.
Can't get that outside the ring field.
No runs on that occasion. Got into position nicely, just too early on the shot and couldn't find a gap.
Yeah, yeah.
There'll be runs here.
Nice and easy there to get off the mark.
A brilliant over that. The pressure put right back on the batters. The sort of over that could win the match. Singh coming back into the attack.
Is coming into the attack.
Yep.
Well placed. Should get a single.
Yes. Yeah, yeah.
Chance to run 2.
Bowler.
Got forward well and was able to drive the ball. A lovely shot and good running.
Yep.
Great shot. At least one on offer.
Exquisitely done on the front foot. A gorgeous looking drive. Could have been worth more.
Wow, that's missed the lot.
Nice bowling.
A little late on that. No run scored. Bolt shakes their head. It was there to be hit, but couldn't make the most of it.
Good bowling. Kept it nice and tight and made it hard to score runs.
Yeah.
It mightn't get to the boundary. Should at least get a couple.
Keeper.
There'll be one run here for them.
I, for one, reckon that second run was on, but clearly the batters knew better.
Yep, yep. Yeah, yeah.
Really? That's just wasting everyone's time.
Waiting.
Does very well to get quickly across to that one.
No runs on that occasion, got into position nicely, just too early on the shot. Couldn't find a gap.
Yep.
Nicely played. Perfect timing.
Yeah.
With the completion of that over, there will need to be some considerable risks now from the batters.
That's a fantastic win, maybe a bit closer than they would have hoped, but a win's a win, and they rightfully celebrate.
That's all from us in the commentary box. It's been an amazing match. Hope to see you soon.